Yeah, I'm Yiwei. I'm from the TLC department and a full-time faculty there. So I've been tasked to do the interviews for the Teaching Awards video. Yeah.
Sure.
So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
SUSS has a tradition of filming Teaching Award videos, as it has been done the past few years, So this year we, of course, didn't expect things to be any different, right? In fact, we're prepared to do the usual face-to-face interviews, follow the lecturers into their classes, All of a sudden this year, COVID-19 happened. We had no choice but to do something different. And if doing it via Zoom was going to be the only way, fine, we will make it the only way, but we'll also make it a better way. We thought, yes, giving them a cert, is good, recognition is good, but more than that, more importantly, we need to hear their stories. Great, you are very well positioned. You're right at the center of the screen. It's excellent. Okay, so just like ask you, how have you been since, the circuit breaker began?
I think I miss the interaction. I miss the little corridor chats, being able to just pop around and hi, even if it's just a hi bye, I miss that.
So it was quite challenging, not just for the teachers, but I think for the students to get used to it. I found it was quite challenging, but quite rewarding as well, because I had to throw away certain things I'm quite used to doing, which work very well in a face-to-face context. And I had to decide what things to keep, which I think worked well in face-to-face, but I had to sharpen the delivery for my online classes. So in sum, it has been quite a good semester in that sense for my professional development as a teacher.
When I was an undergrad, I had a very good experience with my professors. They were very encouraging and they really supported me in developing my own ideas. I also did research for one of the psychology professors, and I ran experiments for him. I think learning goes beyond the intellectual and then the cognitive, so it has to connect emotionally, and I think true learning happens when people can connect what they've experienced with knowledge and theories.
When since a young primary school, secondary school, high school, I had a very good memory. I have my former teachers. Okay, I did very well and I love the school very much. So actually teaching is just like my DNA. I wanted to teach since a young already.
I myself, I'm an alumni of SUSS.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Many years back, I had the privilege to graduate from here. Because of all this opportunity given by the institution, I'm able to, fulfill my dreams in working in the industry that I'm passionate about.
Creating knowledge or discovering knowledge is, in some sense, completely, intellectually and morally bankrupt exercise unless you then take the knowledge and you try to communicate it to someone else. If I can uncover something about the world, or I can help other people come to their own realization of what the world is all about and how to improve their understanding of the world, that's something that's something I have to do, right? It's something which is, in a way, it's kind of a mission or a lifelong mission, because it's not just about me as an individual, I think, uncovering this knowledge. It's about how to help society, I think, advance to a different understanding, maybe a better understanding of the world.
To teach in any way, whether it's creativity or anything that we teach, is about giving them a space. They might learn things a bit slow or faster, to tell them that, look, I accept you for who you are. I have a student who tell me that when he learns, he's switch on the music and it's really loud and the parents get really upset, but he's learning and that's his learning style.
I think teaching itself is quite different from many other more commercial-like kind of profession. It's not just sharing, imparting knowledge. Teaching is actually nurturing a character along the way when you actually teach and share with a student of what you know. And I think as a teacher, it is important to bring out the best of a student potential, but make sure they also have the right value to go along for them to actually succeed.
As the students become lawyers and as they become more influential in their field of work, as many of them will, it's actually quite easy to do harm rather than do good, because our entire profession of law is to use words to shape a reality. The more successful you become in this profession, it's more difficult to remember that your words carry a lot of weight. Never forget the reason why you want to come into this law school, not any other law school, but in this law school, we really hope that you will be a voice or the voices in our society. And I hope also that in due course, society will recognize our graduates, our law graduates, as the ones who actually make their own impact on society, for those who are particularly vulnerable and voices.
It's a social mission, right, of SUSS.
Yes.
How do you bring that kind of enthusiasm, to your class? Yeah,
You're excited. If you love it, if you're excited and if you love it, and you're sincere about it, I think it gets across. You know what I mean? And I think making it very accessible and talking about things in a way that is very, non-intimidating. I don't like to use big words. I don't like to spout, fancy theory. That is more about just how they feel, how they respond, then asking to think about how they feel, why they feel that way.
Right.
Yeah, I think that helps a lot.
And I realized that my students, they actually like real life examples, even if it doesn't relate to their own industry, so long as you pitch it to them as, dare I say, Kaypoh news. I always send them news articles. They're very drama things and what's happening and all that. And I pitch it as wow, did you know? This is so Kaypoh. It could happen to this big company or this small business. Do you think it could happen to you? So students get very excited about things like that.
Even internships, sometimes the nature of what they do is not what we have trained them to do. So some of them get, a bit disappointed. But I think, let the test of time tell. I think when they go out and work, I just hope that they remember some of the lessons that they've learned here at SUSS, and I hope some of that, carries them through, gives them confidence in the proposals they make to the business organizations. And I wish them all the best with that.
Actually, what keeps me going is the student themselves. Over the years, I noticed that students' enthusiasm is still there. Because, I always see that if I'm teaching something that nobody wants to know, then why should I teach? So I think I have to say that what keeps me going really is the fact that the students are there for me to be able to impart whatever knowledge I may have. And the mere fact that they accept me, that's the most important thing, that they accept me as a lecturer, as an instructor. I have to say that every year I derive joy by knowing that these students have graduated, these students have pursued a good career. And it's always heartening to know that some of the students actually do come back and contact me as well and thank me. That is something that I derive joy on. So I think really the question, what really keeps me going is really the students themselves. Students, yeah.
The empty campus is a very powerful reminder that a pandemic doesn't stop people from learning.